Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. Now I'm in Waco, Texas, and y'all caught me in a good time because I'm happy. When was the last time I felt that emotion? But I have several reasons for being happy. Number one, I rolled into town with 5 minutes left on my clock. 5 is all you need. Number two, I just had a semi-delicious meal. Number three, I'm back in the South again. Number four, I got to feed a stray cat this morning at the truck stop. And number five, I got a pretty good response from my last video, which I was actually worried about. I thought people would hate it. In fact, I was messaging with my friend French Lick, and I said, I don't know, I think people are gonna stop watching the channel, but it all worked out. So I also promised in that video that we'd get back to our normal format, starting with the next one, and this is the next one, and so I'm gonna keep my promise. So now that we got that all out, the video can start, and it starts with me arriving in Waco and what my immediate reaction was. And I have to apologize in advance because it was really windy outside when I filmed this, and that's windy with an I, not an E. But just bear with it for about 15 seconds and then we'll get to the non-windy with an I footage. Okay, we got all that. So now it's time for you know what. Let's get started. All right, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I just got in Texas. I'm in Waco. It's in the, I don't know, mid-70s right now. And I got out of the truck and the first thing I felt was humidity. And most people would recoil, oh my God. But I grew up in humidity. I don't live in humidity anymore in Nevada. I gotta admit, it's a little, I don't know what the word is, not emotional or sentimental. There's a word that I can't even think of that I just feel like, I'm not from Texas, but I feel home, you know, because I feel humidity. And you see what's behind me? Green. You don't see green in Nevada. I gotta hold the phone, the wind is blowing so much. Green? I mean, I never get to see grass. I'm standing in it, look. And guess what else is here that I don't get to see? Water! I mean, I might go splash around in it like a duck. I mean, that's some scummy ditch water. But still, I might go splash around in it like a duck. All right, y'all, it's been a few minutes. The revelry's over. This humidity sucks. I'm hot. I gotta go find some AC. So after paying for my reserved parking spot here, I did what I always do and take off on foot. I had to go find something to eat. And so this next clip, you'll see. All right, y'all, I had 3 restaurants to choose from here in Waco: Denny's, IHOP, and Hooters. Guess which one I picked? I haven't been to Hooters in 10 years or better. I forgot what it was like. I walked in and Mamma mia! Hooters isn't really known for its seafood, but they do sell raw oysters on the half shell, and I like oysters. And I never get to eat oysters anymore, just like crawfish. So I saw it and I said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance. They weren't half bad, and for the uninitiated out there, I have to show y'all this. The best part about a raw oyster is the juice, and you gotta slurp it. So good. After Hooters, I walked back to the truck, and here I am now. Now tomorrow is my day off for a 34-hour reset. And what that means is I ran all of my hours out. I have 70 hours to work in a week, and that 5 minutes I showed you earlier wasn't just drive time, it was my 70 hours. Once that's up, you got to shut it down. So I'm shut down for 34 hours. It's a 34-hour prison sentence, I like to call it. That means I have to find something to do tomorrow on my day off. Here I am in Waco. What can I do? Well, I'm just relaxing in the truck, and I got to figure out what to do with my day off. And of course, part of that revolves around food. I don't like to just eat out of truck stops. I want to try some of the local fare, as they say. And I found something that kind of piqued my interest. Check this out. Okay, I'm staying right here at the Flying J in Waco, Texas. So if I walk out to South New Road, turn right, then turn right on Frontage Road, or as they call them in Louisiana, Service Road, Jack Coltgen Freeway. Cultkin or Kultgin? Jack K Freeway. Look what I found, y'all. Louisiana Crab Shack. Now, Louisiana food outside of Louisiana is hit or miss, but Texas is pretty close proximity. Let's see what's on the menu. Build your own bag. That's probably out because it's going to be improperly seasoned boiled seafood. Combos are for multiple people. Extras with an apostrophe drives me nuts is my pet peeve of the day. You just write EXTRAS. Fried food baskets. Okay, that's good. Po' boys, that's good. Chicken, sausage. Catfish is my favorite. Shrimp is my second favorite. Oyster, when you fry oysters, they take on a weird flavor that's just not for me. And then soft shell crab. I could do that. Okay, look, this is soft shell crab. So it's the whole crab with the shell and everything. When they molt, the shells get soft. You catch them and you deep fry them and you just eat all of it. The eyeballs, the shell, who's this guy? What else they got? Catfish and sweet potato fries. Well, that's probably what I'm going to order. So let's see what it looks like. That looks good. I'd eat that. You see the fish fry on the catfish looks good. It's golden. I don't know what brand they use, Zatarain's or maybe Louisiana fish fry, but I'd eat that. Cajun rice. Is it me or is that just fried rice from a Chinese restaurant? Who you trying to fool? It might be good, but I'd rename it to fried rice. Gumbo, y'all. Here we go. First of all, it looks like it's too thin. What's that seasoning on the rice? The okra looks like it's not soft enough, and it's got to be slimy. Like, see how there's a sheen on that gumbo? It's probably because the okra's slimy right there, which is what you want. And the gumbo looks thicker in that second picture. So that's a maybe, but I don't think I'd take my chance. I'd let somebody else order it and try theirs. So then there's just whatever. So the next thing I did was Google what to do in Waco. I mean, Waco's a college town, so maybe there's potential. Search results are market at the silos, some zoos. Let's see what TripAdvisor has to say. 15 things. That's a lot, man. Come on, let's see. There's the silos again and stuff. Hey, look how much fun these people are having. Horseback riding, can't do that, it's raining. Quilting, no thanks. Whatever that is. More people having fun in a group setting, but who's that? Hello. Now a boat ride would be fun, but the weather is not good. $80. So I don't know, man. It doesn't look like there's much in the way of stuff to do, especially outdoors with the weather. Same old stuff. Okay, look. Waco Mammoth Site. They used to have woolly mammoths here. Number 2 thing to do is visit a bridge. Ay. Zoo and Texas Rangers. Hold on. Look at the thumbnail for the zoo. It's those rhinoceroses' fat butts. Cameron Park. Mayborn Museum Complex with kids. Dr. Pepper Museum. That might be fun. Baylor. Walk around campus. Branch Davidian Memorial Park. Oh, that's a dark time in America's history, right? Get out of here, advertisement. Let's see what we got. Oh, rainbow. Yeah, everything's great now that you killed them people. Pool, bunkers, passageways, school bus. Yeah, a swimming pool. I'm going to go swimming at the Branch Davidian complex. Hard pass. So, yeah, I don't know, y'all. It doesn't look like there's much. The weather's bad and it's Waco, so I don't know. Look. Hey, what? Can I just hang out with the lady with the black hair? She looks like fun, right? I don't know. One of the things that you have to do as a truck driver, at least the dry-van division, like this. All right, let's start from the top. See this type of trailer? It's called a dry van. Some people call it a box van or whatever, but dry van, or some people just say van. But you got to keep it clean. The pallets that get loaded in there have splinters and wood and dust and nails that fall off of them. They're all falling apart. There's big chunks of wood. And so you got to clean your trailer out so the forklifts can roll in and out easily. Which I don't mind. The new drivers, smart drivers, not new, but the smart drivers, they get one of those battery-powered leaf blowers. But I kind of like doing the work. So I just do it with my arms and a broom. So what I do is separate the big chunks of wood and nails and stuff. I don't want that going on the ground and messing up people's tires. Plus, it's not cool to put big chunks of wood up in somebody's parking lot, right? But the dust is fine. It just blows away. So, hey, don't come at me, right? At least I took the big chunks out. Other truck drivers, they don't even do that. It seems like every video has got some instance of an OCD moment for me, and those segments tend to be they're not segments, what is this, TV show? People tend to like them. Don't be so hard on yourself, Jason. People like them. So here's today's OCD moment. Now, I like to keep my shoes clean. And so I use this squeegee at the truck stop that you clean your windshield with. Believe it or not, that water, it does a good job on these shoes, especially when it's blue. When it turns all brown and scuzzy, I wouldn't use it. But man, it gets my shoes really clean, so I like it. And I also keep a scrub brush in the door pocket so I can scrub the soles, the bottoms, and everything and get them real good. And I think it works out good. And by the way, these are steel toe waterproof tennis shoes. So, and you might have also noticed that when I started, my shoes were already clean, but that's probably what really makes this the OCD moment of the day. I just can't help myself. Okay, don't think that I forgot about Louisiana Crab Shack. What I ended up doing is not going through the route that I charted with Google. I cut out the back of the truck stop parking lot and cut across this field. And at the end of the field, I didn't know there was this ditch. And look at this. How am I going to get across that? All right, I'm making it out to be worse than it is. I just had to walk down and jump. Once I got across the ditch, I ran into a fellow streetwalker, and we stopped and talked for about 10 or 15 minutes on the side of the highway about, I don't know, Waco, Texas and stuff. And we fist bumped after that, and I kept on my journey. And that's when the next part of the adventure began. Y'all remember how much I like water, right? Check this out, y'all. I found this little creek or something. And I had to come check it out because if you saw my other video, you know how I am about flowing water. And this is some black water here, like the Doobie Brothers song. Oh, black water, keep on rolling, the moon gotta keep. Check it out. Oh, I love this. This is just like a little detour on my way to the restaurant. Let's see how far down I can go. I think I can walk across this. Do y'all dare me to walk across this? Let's see. I don't know. If I fall, oh man. If I fall, it's gonna be trouble because this water is several feet deep. And it's slippery too. I'm not gonna do it. Part of me is thinking about it, but it's slippery and that water's running. All right, I changed my mind. Let's just look at the water. See, I'm standing on this thing here. Well, after that little adventure, I kept on walking and finally I made it to Louisiana Crab Shack. I ended up getting the half catfish, half shrimp basket with hush puppies, and it was real good. I enjoyed it. Here's a picture. So by the time I left, it was dark, and I got to thinking, should I go back and see the water again? Of course, I had to go back and see the water again after dark. I can't say it was any better, and now there's a bunch of bugs flying around, but all I had was the light from my cell phone to navigate. There was no light, and I started walking through the woods, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm sure the locals have some legend about some hillbillies or something that live back there and do bad stuff, or satanic cult. When I was a kid, they had this park in New Orleans called Brechtel Park, and the other kids that was the urban legend, but just among kids. Like, yeah, there's a satanic cult that lives in Brechtel Park, and you had to be careful when you go there. Brechtel Park is this big, nice park. But you can see this is no nice park, so I got out of there. And wouldn't you know, I got my shoes all muddy in the woods. So it was back to the truck stop with the scrub brush and the squeegee. I wonder if people look at me while I'm doing this going, look at this couillon. What is he doing with the squeegee on his shoes? Oh, well, to hell with him. So here's the obligatory driving shot. I'm in the Big D, Dallas. I think they're known for that glowing ball on the right side of your screen, among other things. Man, look, it was early in the morning. Look how many cars were on the road. I mean, just traffic like crazy. I'll tell you what, the good thing is we were moving. That's all I'm worried about. And what you're about to see in a minute is Garmin telling me the wrong direction. Garmin said, take this exit. And my gut was telling me, don't. My gut was telling me, man, this isn't the right. Why would you take this exit? It looks like you're just getting on a surface road, which you really don't want to be doing in an 18-wheeler unless you know it's cool. Look, I took the exit anyway, like a couillon, and look what happened. I ended up in this construction zone with these barrels, no light, my headlights. And then Garmin turns around and tells me, take the ramp ahead and get right back on the interstate. It just told me to get off of. Oh, I was so mad. But really, I was worried. Don't notice. Don't even look at this light turn red. Because I was like, what am I going to do? Look, there's a barrel in the street right there. It looks wide, but it was not wide. I was just barely squeezing through. And guess what, y'all? The worst. No ramp at the top because it's construction. Look at that. No way for me to merge. I had to come to a complete stop and wait for traffic to clear. That traffic. I had to wait for that traffic to clear just enough to where I can just gun it and go. And, gun it in an 18-wheeler. Come on. Oh, man, what a nightmare. It's all for trusting Garmin. Just, they screwed me good on that one. I need to write a letter to the president or something. Okay, so I kept going. This pickup was actually in Plano, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas, but it's pretty much Dallas. So here I am arriving at it, and so this is what's called a drop and hook, meaning you drop off an empty trailer and you pick up an already loaded trailer. Drop and hook. We like those because it's quick and easy. You don't have to wait for them to unload a trailer and then load. So here's a little montage of the process. Number one, find a parking spot and back your trailer in. Sometimes they make you open the doors, but this case they didn't. Back your trailer in and drop it. How do you drop it? Well, you lower the landing gear, which are the legs that the trailer stands on. You disconnect your emergency and service brake air lines and your pigtail. That green thing is the electrical line called a pigtail. And you stow them away. Now, sometimes they stow away easy and sometimes they don't. Next, you release the kingpin lock. I do that from the cab and pull away from the trailer. The trailer is now standing on the landing gear. You go find your new trailer and you back up underneath your new trailer. Click, click, click. Now watch me pull forward. It's called the tug test. And right about here, boom. You want to make sure that that kingpin is locked. So you tug against it, tug test. And then you just reverse it. You hook up your pigtail, you hook up your service brakes, you hook up your emergency brakes, and you're good to go. Next is the inspection. Oh, no. You got to raise the landing gear. It takes about 40 cranks to get this up. I don't know why they can't invent something to make that process faster, but one day. Then the inspection. Now the truck does a pre-trip inspection where it cycles through the lights, see, brake, blinker, and your marker lights up top. And so the truck will do that. It'll go through this cycle so that you can make sure all the lights are working without having to have another person step on the brake. Then you crawl underneath the trailer with a flashlight and you check your brake pads, You check your airbags, you check your suspension, you check your airlines, you check everything. One day I'll do a video on an actual pre-trip. Check your tires. Dimples, who now lives in Temples, got the law looking for me. All my exes live in Texas, and Texas is a place I'd really love to be. But all my exes live in Texas. That's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. I gotta entertain myself somehow when I'm on the road for 11 hours, right? Nothing better than singing Texas songs in Texas. Good old George Strait. All right, this video is running long, but I had so much good stuff that I wanted to put in, and I didn't want to cut any of it out. The last thing is this. If you are of a certain generation, let's call it the baby boom generation, the words Route 66 mean something to you that younger people don't care. My dad asked me, he's 73, you ever been on Route 66? Like, okay, well, the next part of the video is Route 66. I know there's some places in the country that say Route 66, and if I hear you say that, I'm liable to slap. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a pacifist. So, Route 66, here we go. Okay, so I found this little restaurant called Silver Moon Cafe on Route 66, and I took off on foot because I never drive anywhere. And one thing you need to know about me is I'm a fool for Brussels sprouts. They had them, I ordered them, it was great. Now let's get on to the sights. Here's an empty lot with a lone 18-wheeler in it, nice. Is that a kitchen sink? Oh no, it's a washing machine laid on its side, my bad. Here's a lovely tenement. I made friends with some of the people inside, and they invited me in for dessert after my delicious Brussels sprout dinner. Moving on, here's an abandoned gas station that they turned into a Chinese restaurant. I wonder why that went out of business. Maybe they serve Cajun rice too. Anyway, you get the idea. Now, my dad doesn't watch my channel, but if he did, I hope he would enjoy this tour. Okay, y'all, I know this was a long video, but hopefully it was filled with good stuff that you enjoyed, and I had fun making it. So tomorrow I deliver to Las Vegas, and then I should be off for a few days. I haven't heard officially yet, but I think I will be. So that means that's the end of the trip, and that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, this is Jason signing out.